In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple framework. It's a 6-step framework that will help you have a formula that you can consistently follow whenever you have to create a presentation, a speech, or a pitch that you have to deliver in front of a live audience. And the framework is called the MACJ+AP framework. And the reason why there's a plus in there is because it's a combination of two frameworks, really. The MACJ is a framework that was designed specifically for writing by the poet and writer Betty Flowers. And what I've done is I've added two extra components to it, the AP, to make it much more useful and effective when having to give a presentation or a pitch or a speech using the material that you've created. The MACJ stands for Madman, Architect, Carpenter, and Judge. The 4 mindsets that a person should embrace when crafting the written content, the formal material that you want to present. The AP stands for Artist and Performer, and that represents the additional elements that you need to really think about and develop if you're going to be giving the content in front of a live audience, because it's not enough to have good written content, good structure and all that. It requires you to be able to deliver it in an effective way that sustains people's attention. So in this video, I'm going to be going over a little bit more about each of the 6 elements or character types or mindsets to keep in mind when you're using the MACJ+AP framework. The M, Madman. In this phase, what you do is you just go to all your resources out there. You go to your books and you go to your websites, you go to your white papers, and you just collect all the information that you want to collect and pool together and incorporate into your presentation, right? And this is just going to be a purely amassing phase. Just go out and collect as much as you possibly can. The A then becomes the architect. The architect then essentially creates a structure, a powerful opening, a middle that contains generally 3 key points that you want to get across, and then a powerful closing. And then in that general structure, you put some of that information that you went through or you collected when you're in the madman or mad person phase. And so this is essentially organizing. The next phase is the carpenter. And what the carpenter does is essentially goes in there and just refines. You start editing out things that aren't necessarily contributing to the advancement of what you're trying to get across. You start incorporating analogies and metaphors, things that enhance how the information is conveyed using language. And then the judge is essentially the final person or mental mindset to keep in mind when you are crafting the formal material. And the judge goes in there and really goes, what can I cut out? What is absolutely necessary? Unless it's absolutely necessary, I'm not going to keep it. And they're essentially the final decision maker on what you're going to ultimately present. The A stands for the artist. And the reason why you need to have an artist is you want to really think about them as a designer. The individual who is now going to incorporate pictures and diagrams and graphics to help others better understand the information that you're trying to convey, keep people's attention by making it more than just verbal and written content, and really just kind of use what amounts to be the picture superiority effect to help convey the information that you want to convey using pictures and videos and graphics and all sorts of tools that help convey the information that you're trying to convey beyond just the words that you use. The last phase is the performer. Now you can spend all the time that you have in the world creating the best content, the best structure, getting the best resources and the best material and getting the most beautiful slides. But if you can't capture people's attention by you being a deliverer that captures people's attention and then sustains that attention, then it doesn't matter how good your material is. People are just not going to pay attention to it all. And that's why you really have to get into the mindset of how do I become a better performer? Meaning, how can I present this if I'm a major component of the message? And that means practicing using more facial expressions, using body languages, moving closer to the audience, using all the tools in your nonverbal communication toolkit to amplify all the material that you've just created. So all 6 parts are absolutely essential. The madman, the architect, the carpenter, the judge, the artist, and the performer. Use this framework as a foundation whenever you have to create a presentation, a pitch, or a speech. If you found the contents of this video useful, I have lots more on my YouTube channel, located at the link below. You can visit me on my website at www.johngodoy.com to learn more about me and all the different programs that I actually offer in person or virtually to companies, organizations, and groups anywhere in the world.